Richard Hart come on, very controversial crypto guy. He owns this one coin that's called Hex. And one of the things he said is like, he's like, whenever I try to date beautiful women now, they don't go out anywhere. They don't, like, you never see them at the shopping mall. You never see them at the grocery store.
What does he mean by that?
What he means is like, and it's true, what's happened is, and you don't really see them as much when you walk around. I remember 25 years ago walking around in Hollywood and seeing beautiful women all the time. You don't see them ever in Hollywood anymore. What's happened is because of social media, specifically Instagram and things like OnlyFans, is a lot of the validation that a beautiful woman used to get from going to a club. If you, in 1985, if you had a hot dress, you were an attractive woman, or you had a nice car, there was only one place you were going to show it. You were going to the club. You're pulling up to Studio 54 or whatever, and you were showing it off in real life, right? And that's gone now. You don't have to do it in real life. And so you see like huge influencers, they stay at home with their husband and kids, and then they just film themselves on camera, and they never leave their house. I talk to them all the time. And so the trick was that I found, and you know, obviously my buddy Bilzerian is one of the best in the world at this, was to have an event that was so good that it finally caused everyone to finally come out again. And so Cascade at Nova was that for San Diego. There's a ton of beautiful women here, but it gets harder and harder to get them out the more validation they can get virtually versus actually going out to a bar. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I mean, I just remember going out to a bunch of bars in 2006 in Los Angeles and just being like, these are the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. And now if you go out in LA, for those of you who don't know, the nightlife in LA is terrible. I would rather go out in Wichita, Kansas. Now, the restaurants there are terrific, but the clubs there are just like, they're so dingy and sad. And it's just, why did that happen? And part of the reason why it happened was because we've created our validation we get virtually. But as men, because we often get our validation from the affection of a woman, right, or intimacy from a woman, that's not something we can fake. So we have to go out. As men, we have to go out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even drink. You don't drink either.
I don't drink, yeah.
And, you know, like I get energy from going out. That's like, you know, we go out on Saturday night and yesterday, Sunday, like at the pool house. I get so much energy from being out there, and I'm not even drinking, and I enjoy it.
I have a bunch of clients and some of the guys who work with me, and they're like, Michael, I get depressed when I go into a nightclub. Like I get overwhelmed. And when we got to Nova, I could not have been happier. I remember one of my clients, or one of my sales guys, it was like, hey, Michael, how long did it take you to get over like the dread of going to a nightclub? And I was like, man, when I was there, I was like, I'm not dreading this at all. This is terrific. I'm a 46-year-old man and I speak nightclub. Some people don't speak that language. It's a hard language to speak. If you speak it, you're on stage all the time. You meet beautiful women. Are they good for you? No, they're not. They're not good for you. I'm not telling you that you're going to meet your wife there. What I am telling you is this. In today's society, there's no more difficult obstacle to overcome than a loud fucking nightclub with beautiful women with lots of ropes, security guards, and bright flashing lights and smoke. There's nothing but stimulus around you that's supposed to bewilder you and distract you. And then they segregate you. The poor people stand on the dance floor. The wealthier people get the table. That sounds like a horrible fucking environment, except when you get good at that environment, then when all of a sudden you go to your real estate conference or you have your get together for all the accountants in the city, you crush it because it's a joke. Because if you're able to survive in that environment, then this environment is easy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I think like you were able to relax and really just enjoy the moment and be present on Saturday with Cascade because, you know, like unlike Vegas, you're out there probably entertaining a group of people. You're out there maybe doing some speaking. And so you get a lot of things going on in your head. But out here, you literally just came, showed up, and just got to enjoy it. And dude, that was a fun time together, man.
Yeah.